It's the Ivy League on ESPN. The game makes its way to the hardwood as the Harvard Crimson take on the Yale Bulldogs. Hey there, everybody. Welcome inside with Alexander Amand, Brandon Pelter here. Alexander, you've played in a few of your own, but this is always big, Harvard and Yale.
Yes, Harvard-Yale is always a huge deal for these two teams. You have a lot of history, a lot of former athletes that you're playing for, so the excitement is always very high.
And it comes at a big time for this Yale Bulldogs team. Coming off their first Ivy League win, they're going to need to string together a few more. Ivy Madness is approaching quickly.
Yes, Yale is a must-win time right now. They need to push and fight for this Ivy spot in the tournament coming up.
For Harvard, offense has been impressive so far. Harmony Turner, one of the leaders, our player to watch.
Harmony has been incredible for this Harvard team. She is everywhere at once, really pushing them. She's their floor general. And in this last game against Penn, had 31 points and 10 rebounds, a career high, tying her career high for Harvard.
Averaging 21 a game, second best in the Ivy as well. On the Yale side of things, one of the young guns, Kylie Capstraw, will look for a big performance from her.
Yes, for a team that's been struggling offensively, Kylie has been a bright spark consistently for this Yale team. She's 5 straight games and 12-plus points. And versus Dartmouth, she was 16 points and 3 rebounds, looking to continue that against this Harvard team.
Starting 5 on the floor for both sides. Yale in the home whites, Harvard in the crimson. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. And for the Crimson, we mentioned Harmony Turner. She'll run the point, but a name we haven't seen too much this year. Gabby Anderson makes her first start of the year. Did make 15 starts in her opening campaign last season. On the Yale side of things, a lot of familiar faces. Jenna Clark with Grace Thibault. We talked about Kylie Capstraw, Brenna McDonald, and Nyla McGill. And Alexandra, Nyla McGill and Harmony Turner. That'll be a big matchup, specifically on the defensive front for Yale.
Yes, Nyla McGill looking to really shut down one of the most prolific scorers in the Ivy League right now.
McDonald and Krupa tip it up. Yale controls the opening possession. Bulldogs coming into this one 4-13 on the year, off of their first Ivy League win. Had a hard-fought defensive battle, 48-46, the win over Dartmouth. Clark looking for the entry pass, nothing there though. And Yale turns it over in the opening 15 seconds. For the Crimson, it's been a good start to the year, 10-7. They're 3-1. Coming off of a big win against Penn. Shot about 55% in the third and fourth quarters to close out that win and extend things. We mentioned it in the open, Alexander, but this Harvard offense is really good. Averaging just over 70 a game, that's second best in the conference. Here's Elena Rodriguez, the most efficient shooter. She gets it back at the top, pops with the triple, and it clanks off the front of the iron. There's Jenna Clark. We'll call her name a lot, the leader for this Harvard offense. Harvard team really gives off to Capstraw, the sophomore, around a screen off the back of the iron. There is Harmony Turner, gives off for Krupa. Swinging around in hand for Anderson. Lola Mullaney, a dangerous shooter there. Caroms off the leg of a Bulldog with 15 left to shoot. A lot of really good shooters on this Harvard team.
Yes, and Yale's doing a great job. They're staying active right now on the defensive end, forcing tough contested shots. Can't ask for much more on a shooting team like this.
Mullaney, the threat from deep, pops with the triple, but it's off the mark. Both teams starting 0 of 2 from the floor. Clark hands for Nyla McGill. Now inside McDonald. Backing down Rodriguez. Turns and pops. She sinks it on a little fadeaway for Brenna McDonald.
I am very impressed by Brenna right now. She has been really working on that outside shot, about 12 to 15 feet outside. And she has been hitting them consistently and now adding a step back into her repertoire.
You talk about consistency, shooting 54%, second best in the Ivy, just behind Harvard's Rodriguez. Now Turner around a screen, pulls up the long two. That's off the mark. A strong opening 2 minutes for Yale. McGill picks up her dribble. Here's McDonald. And she walks.
It's a little bit of a miscommunication, I think. Kylie was thinking Nyla was going to come up for a dribble handoff, and Nyla hesitated, so a little unfortunate.
It's a good sight to see in the opening minutes here. The Yale defense holding sturdy thus far. That's been a challenge spot. As Krupa lets a triple fly, no. Turner, the offensive rebound. Second try doesn't fall either. And it's last touched by Yale. It'll stay with Harvard.
I will say, though, that Harvard has been getting some pretty open shots. They've been screening really well for each other and creating a little bit of space, and their shots just aren't falling. So Yale's going to have to continue to push further into their space because those shots are eventually going to fall.
Krupa gives off for Anderson, making just her first start of the year. Now Turner in the corner. Guarded by McGill. That matchup you wanted to watch, Alexandra, and a little bit of a push.
Yes, and Nyla just bumped her with her body a little bit too much. But that's going to be a tough day for Harmony Turner.
Harmony Turner missing about a month stretch with a knee injury through the month of December, but came back just in time for the first matchup against Yale. Scored 28 points, 5 steals in her return. A good finish at the rack by Lola Delaney.
Great cut by Lola. And honestly, her teammate did a great job finding the open man.
The first matchup this season, Harvard in command on January 6th, the 73-54 win. They came out strong in the first quarter, outscoring Yale 24-9. Here's Anderson with the right hand, though. A second try, high off the glass, it's good.
If I'm Brenna, I'm a little frustrated by that play. She did exactly what she needed to do. High hand, swatted the ball away, and nobody was there to rebound.
Both teams settling in here. Harvard gets first lead of the afternoon. Feibel turns and shoots. And Rodriguez able to secure the board. Advancing quickly now, Rodriguez. Turns, gives off Anderson a little room. Turner gives off Anderson, has some room, and the deep 2 falls. Yale a solid opening on the defensive front. Still looking for offense. They haven't scored the last 2.5. Inside, Feibel had the track off the glass and good.
And I'm glad to see that play. I was just about to say before they made that play that I need the person at the top of the key with the ball to take a little bit more time to see what the post players are doing. They're passing around way too quickly, and the post doesn't have a chance to really get in there and establish position. So I'm happy that at least the post players are waiting for each other.
Krupa off the mark from 8 feet. That gives this Yale offense another good opportunity. Just down by 2, about 5 minutes into the first quarter, it's Harvard and Yale. Clark around the screen, gives off Feibel, backing down Rodriguez, the pretty spin and the finish.
Gorgeous move by Grace. She really took her time to see what the defense was giving her before making that move.
Turner taking it end-to-end in response, had a little bit of a bump. No call, and the finish, Harvard back in front. Grace Feibel, a career best in that last matchup against Harvard. 18 points, shot